Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
About my best friend, he's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end.
You're listening to Pigs Radio, broadcasting live from a secret location in Compton, California. The talk show that makes psychiatrists see other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists.
Other psychiatrists. Pigs Radio. You're now tuned in to the longest podcast in the Pigsniverse. Zach, we're almost at episode 500, and I still don't have shit fucking planned.
I got a lot of things planned.
Yeah?
Just put rabbit in your discount code. Follow the...
Again with the rabbit with the discount code. Where are we going to get the discount code from?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll throw some tickets up there.
Okay. For what show?
For Pigs Radio.
For 500?
For 500.
I don't know. I mean, we're going to sell tickets for the fucking studio?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I mean, I can do that.
We'll have, what do they call it? Merch Billy. We'll have Merch Billy come down.
Oh, yeah. He loves us.
He'll throw down some hot dogs or something.
Ooh.
He's got the patio's done, right?
That's right. No, he was doing the stuff, jalapeno, whatever.
We'll get him down here.
Are those complimentary?
Yes.
Yes. Just make
you
sure
are you are definitely invited to have some of that.
Yeah. Just remember to use rabbit in your
Down the rabbit
discount.
hole.
In the discount code.
We haven't had anything planned as of yet. I don't know. I'm starting to get scared, Zach.
It's all good.
Episode 500 is almost around the corner, but before we get to that, we have episode 490 fucking two.
Yes, sir.
I should even drop my phone with the explosion. Oh shit!
Be careful, Mario.
I know. Things are exciting.
It's not under
Hot
coverage
everywhere.
anymore.
It's not what?
It's not under coverage.
Oh, you're right. Wait, do I have insurance? No, probably not.
No, probably not.
We just opened up the show with some Jackie Mendez. She was out there hanging out at the Michelada Rumble yesterday with Trish Toledo. For everyone who came out, shout out to everyone who was out there hanging out by the Lucha Libre ring. East Los Productions out there handling down. I think that's their name. I probably fucked it up, but shout out to you, Alex. You do halfway decent work, man. I mean, you know. You get the good wrestlers, so that's all that matters. Yeah. So shout out to everyone who came out yesterday. It was a beautiful day out in Santa Anita Racetrack. The sun,
as always.
You know what though? Sometimes the sun comes out beating fucking like relentless, but nah, man. The sun was hiding. There were some clouds. It was a nice, beautiful, muggy day.
Yeah.
So it was so good. So yeah, man, good shit. We had Jackie Mendez on the show before doing a live performance. You need to have her come back down. Like, I think her band did all acoustic stuff that day.
Yeah, that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's good. She's good. I love that song, that track.
It's good stuff. Red flags. You got to watch out for them. You got to watch out for the red flags here on Pigs Radio. The only way you do that is by following us. You got to hit all those like buttons across all those social medias or poke us or DM us or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Do something with us.
I hate to say it, though, Mario.
Yeah, what?
I'm colorblind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just hit the thumbs up then.
A flag's a flag.
A flag is a flag no matter what. Red or not. Hey, wait. Are you colorblind?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that would make a lot of sense, maybe.
I'll take them all.
Take what? Colors?
Yeah.
Okay, take them all on.
Yeah.
The fuck? You're part of the rainbow, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everyone who's on board right now. We're on the chat. We see all our friends on there. D. Rotten, all the way from Jersey. Holy shit. It's like the future out there. KZ Chaos in.
Oh, wow.
Liz Gomez. They're all tuning in because we have a special guest.
If she's listening,
Yes.
is Miss Chaos listening, I got to be on my best behavior.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Gotta watch out with all them hazy chaoses out there. Casa de Brujas representing as always. They'll be performing live at the not the Rabbit Fest, but at the Goth Oween Fest happening on October 20th. That's Friday, guys. City of Maywood. Get your tickets on Eventbrite.
Discount code Rabbit.
No discount code Rabbit. But tickets are selling out fast, guys. So make sure you guys jump on there. I think there's a pre-sale right now, so go on there. 10 bands, 7 DJs.
Rabbit.
It's insane. 30+ vendors.
Oh, yeah.
It's all the spooky Halloween stuff that's happening, all the top-tier goth bands that you can get. Flying in some talent from Mexico City.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's going to
3
be insane.
floors?
3 floors. No, 2 floors, 3 sections.
Oh, no, that's the thing. Discount code Rabbit.
For that extra floor?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
We just figured it out.
Okay.
That's what we're
I don't
doing.
know what floor you're talking about.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's my production.
There we go. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Pigs Radio, episode 492. We have a special guest. Zack was actually our middleman. Zack, thank you for finally pulling your weight and booking some fucking awesome people to come down and talk to us.
You know, I only have a few bullets, and when I pull the trigger, I got to make sure that I get something good.
Okay.
You know?
What? You're right. You barely. Yes. Don't miss the shot that you got, man.
Actually, I got to give a shout out to Hazy Chaos because they linked us with our guest. Was able to perform on the same bill. It was at one of the shows at the Offbeat. And so with us today is none other than the one, the only, John Massari. Thank you for coming down to Pigs.
Hold on, I gotta switch my camera. I can't switch the camera and clap my hands. Welcome, John, to Pig Studios and Pigs Radio.
Thank you. And I just finished a delectable dinner of tacos.
So earlier on, like I was hungry. I was like, "Damn, dude! Like I'm fucking starving. I'm gonna go grab some tacos." I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna ask John if he wants some fucking tacos.
Yes.
And I didn't really know what to like expect. Like I don't know if he was expecting some 7-class meal from Hollywood. I don't know. Like I'm dealing with an American fucking composer here. And, I mean, we're going to get into all of that. But, I mean, number one, thank you for taking the time and coming to Compton in your Volvo. That's fucking awesome.
Thank you.
He has a beautiful Volvo parked in the front, dude.
Oh, man.
What year is that, by the way?
It's an 88.
Okay.
Which is the exact year that Killer Klowns was released.
Yes.
And it's basically indestructible.
It looks so beautiful, so well intact.
Yeah, it's just it's thanks to my my mother-in-law said I'm going to sell my Volvo, but I want to give it to you, and I said I will take your Volvo, and I got rid of my Toyota.
Should have kept the Toyota anyway, but they have both.
Well, you know what? It's nice to have one car.
You're right.
You know, less of
Tags
a
are
foot,
expensive.
less of a footprint.
Yeah.
Yep,
You know.
1,000%.
Yeah.
But so once again, thank you for coming down, hanging out.
Thank you for having me.
We've been having a great time so far. We hadn't even started the show, and we've been hanging out.
Right.
We've been jamming. We've been eating. We've been just talking and
Right.
holy fuck.
We were having such a blast for, gosh, at least an hour and a half, and now it's all wrecked.
It's all gone. No. There's still so much. I was trying not to be so interactive. I wasn't trying to be rude or anything. I was trying to focus and
That's
press.
right. That's fine. I just want to let the audience know that all the tacos al pastor is gone.
Gone. Okay, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Gone.
All the tacos
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
By the way, one of my most favorite fucking taco spots in the world, and I've been to a shit ton of taco spots in LA. Best tacos al pastor that you can get around town. Best seasoning. It's right down the street from the women's Linwood prison, so you know it has to be good. Right down the street, right off of Alameda and Imperial Highway. There's a little market called El Mercado Sol, and right there you have Oscarin's Tacos, and they do cater. So amazing.
Is there a dating website hooked up with that women's prison?
You know what? If there isn't, there should be.
There's definitely should be.
Yeah.
I mean,
They have
they're
pen pals.
right, pen pals.
You know, every so many days when they do releases, are there guys out there with a box of candy and flowers?
Dude, I'm sure it wouldn't take much because when you drive by, I've seen them the chicks just hanging outside. No ride, no nothing, just hanging out, waiting to figure out what the
And
fuck's
guys
gonna happen.
complain that, you know, incels out there. This is your calling, you know. Just go by.
This is how you get a woman.
You know, you got a spare room, or you got a room. You got you know. So sometimes these women they don't need much.
Just need a ride home.
It's just
From prison.
or ride anywhere.
Ride, just take a ride.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can pick yourself up a nice prison girl on the way to get some tacos by Oscarin Tacos right there. So
Take them to get tacos.
take them to go get tacos. They need a good meal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been to jail, but I mean, I heard it's shit.
Give them some lengua.
So give them some lengua. By the way, how was the lengua?
Delicious.
So when he gave me the response, like, yes, tacos, and he's like, pastor and lengua, and then he spells out tongue, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I got you for sure. And then, like, damn, he knows lengua. Like,
Yeah.
I think I spelled it the Italian way.
I'm
So
dyslexic, so I wouldn't have made the.
I got as close as I could.
It's all good. It's all good.
We just learned that your wife is Mexican.
Yes, she is. Her family is from Yucatan, from Mérida.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
That's
they
like
also
deep
speak.
in
They
there.
also speak a little bit of Mayan.
Oh shit!
That's
Yeah.
crazy. My girl's family is the same. Her grandma actually speaks Mayan.
Yeah.
No way.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Now her mother knows more than she does. She just knows certain words, like little cute words,
Right.
You know, like, oh, that's fun, or you're cute, and I should learn them as well,
Right.
You know,
That'd be
but
good.
yeah, but it's and my mother-in-law, when she speaks Spanish, when she speaks English, obviously she speaks Spanish, but when she speaks English, you would say, gosh, is she from like Hungary or Czechoslovakia? Because she has like a European kind of foreign accent. You wouldn't think that it's just Spanish, but yes, she is. Shout out to Amy, the beautiful and voluptuous Amy.
There we go, Amy. And by the way, Zach, that's another language that you don't know how to speak to your people to, because he doesn't know how to any Spanish or Puerto Rican apparently. And
Well,
now
Puerto Rican, don't they speak Spanish?
Yeah.
well, there's a different Puerto Rican kind of Spanish.
Puerto Rican Spanish is much different.
Yes, very much so. And Zach doesn't know how to speak either one
Oh
of
my
them.
god. You're
That's
such a
okay.
bitch. I'll tell you that right.
He got outed.
Everyone's showing up some love right here on the chats across the board. By the way, if you're watching or listening across YouTube, Facebook, you could join in the conversation, or you could even call in at 909-475-7449.
You know what? We've been having such a great time that we haven't finished the introductions.
You're right. I mean, we're going all over the place.
Yes.
John, normally what we do here on Pigs, you are now part of our Pigsniverse. And the only way to do that is to break some ice. So here on Pigs, since now you are now an official pig, you either have to give us a pig squeal or a pig's call. What you got?
Okay, well, I didn't rehearse for this, but I'll give one.
That sounds like a pig being choked out against its will. I love it.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, John. Obviously, American composer. We can go through the list, and we are, but holy fuck. I mean, obviously, the one thing I think that with everything that you even have here, I'm even like starting all over my words. I'm still like fanboying now.
Don't be nervous.
I'm already high too.
Just be terrified.
That I'm always terrified. How'd you know? I'm scared of everything.
Yes.
This world fucking scares me.
Mario has to change his underwear already
I do.
for many reasons, but
Many reasons. But obviously, famously known for the music score of Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Yes.
Cult classic.
Yes.
Obviously, we referenced it just a little while ago from 88, as much as your Volvo.
Right.
By the way, perfect stars aligning. I mean, just to have that come into you right that same year. Before we even get into all of that, like, take me back to the day. Like, how do you even get into score composing? Tell me the musical journey that even led you down that road.
Okay, that would be a couple of hours show all on its own. So I'm going to try to like
Compact it down.
compact.
Yeah. I mean, we got all night. Fuck.
Okay, ever since I was a little boy, I loved the experience that music gave me, and anytime I saw a movie that like gave me that left a big impression on me, we have a call.
We do.
We have a call.
Damn.
Is this a prank call? Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see right now.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
They got scared.
Hey, wait. What happened?
Oh, they got scared.
It's
What?
probably Amy telling me not to say that she's voluptuous.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Amy, if you want to call in and let us know, you can call in at 909-475-7449.
Anyways, so where were we? Okay, so I just noticed when I was a little kid that movies that gave me a great experience overall had music that I liked.
Right.
That so like I said, before I had discovered that I liked the music in movies, I was just fascinated with the radio. You couldn't tear me away from the radio.
Right.
So I'd be waking up. There they are. There they are again. Go for it.
All right. Caller, you're on Pigs.
Well, hello.
Hello, Uncle John. This is Hazy Chaos. How are you?
Hi, Theo.
So wait a minute. This is not a prank call.
This is not a prank call.
This is not a prank call. This is Kat and Liz.
Hi,
Is your
how you
refrigerator
guys?
running?
You guys have such awesome broadcast voices that it's like that alluring siren of beauty. I love that. How are you guys doing?
I think you just love us, John.
That too. We now I'm gonna put I'm gonna put them on the spot because
Yes.
I told them I made them an offer. I said you could say to people if you want that I was your ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
And but he's the nice ex-boyfriend, the one that comes over and like
You're still cool with him.
That lamp doesn't work. Can you fix it for us? Oh yeah, I'll come over next Thursday. And he said we'll have some popcorn for you or something like that. So
Yeah.
Anyways, that's our little joke.
They help you move.
I thought it was ex-husband, John.
Oh, ex-husband? Well, okay, we could do that. I guess.
But only if Amy's included. We love Amy.
She has to
Right.
be the ex-wife, too.
Absolutely.
Because she's so voluptuous.
I hope she's listening to this. She's probably turning purple right now.
She's going to be calling in
We
right
just
now on
wanted to
that.
call to send our love and
Well,
make sure you're behaving.
Oh yeah, thank you. These guys, they've got it. I would say this is a close second to my podcast experience with you guys.
Nice. Hell
right,
yeah.
baby.
We're up there.
That's the
We're up
best
there.
answer ever.
You passed. Well, we love you guys, and can't wait to finish out the whole episode and hear what you guys have to say.
Hi, Mario. Hi, Zack.
Hey. And shout out to you gals. Obviously, I'm always giving you guys praise. You guys need to go check out the Casa de Brujas. You guys have a few shows coming up. I saw a cancer show. Can you guys give us a little bit of info on that?
Yeah, it is for our previous singer, Samantha. She was diagnosed with cancer, and that's why she left the
so
band. So
sorry.
she's having a little benefit show, and they asked us to play. So we're gonna play, and and all proceeds go to her and her family.
This is next Saturday.
Yeah, this is on the 23rd, and then we are doing Women of Horror, which is a Hazy Chaos event on the 30th. At the Offbeat. Both of them are at the Offbeat. So hopefully people can show up and support. It's gonna be a good time.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
There we go, guys. Get your tickets. Go support. come out for a good cause. Come check out the, I'm assuming the vendors, the art, and the dancing, right?
Yes, and you do not want to miss Gothoween. Please use promo code Zack Rabbit.
Hell yeah. See, they know.
Promo code Zack Rabbit for full price.
Double the price if you use the promo code.
Yeah. But it unlocks that third floor for you, though. Third floor.
I don't know what third floor you're talking about, but all right.
I got it.
But unlocks it. Well, what do you have? A third floor?
Yes, I have a third floor. I spoke to the owner.
Okay, we're
All
adding
right?
the third floor.
It's
So-
exclusive.
Okay.
He didn't even show you. I know he didn't show you.
Damn, big exclusive on the third floor.
No. Rabbit exclusive.
Wow, Rab
Yeah.
exclusive on the third floor.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for doing what you do. Because obviously, if it wasn't for you guys, I mean, the sit down conversation today wouldn't be happening. So I love how we all compliment each other and we just keep running these circles. So absolutely.
And I will.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I will close by giving you an embroidered invitation to my performance on September 30th at the LA Convention Center. Hopefully that you can make it to that.
What?
That's going to be.
Ron, you're the coolest.
You guys
Thank you, Theo.
Thank you, Uncle John.
You're
I
welcome.
mean, ex-husband John.
Ex-husband, John. Sorry.
Dio ex-husband John. That sounds really weird, and I'll take it.
I mean, mind your business.
Hell yeah.
That was the right
We
answer.
love you guys. We can't
Take
wait
care.
to see you again and
Love
have
you.
a good episode tonight.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Wait,
All right, love you
guys.
Cat.
Yes?
Do you
Yes.
do you have any jokes for us?
Oh,
so
shit.
fun.
You got to call my mom for that. What did she say?
Something about Santa.
What did she say?
Why doesn't Santa have any kids or something?
Why doesn't Santa have any kids?
Why?
Because he only comes once a year.
Heyo. That was a Mama Cat joke.
Yeah. Mama
I'm
Cat.
going to have to write some down because she's crazy. She has so many.
Your mom needs to watch out with all the cum jokes. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
She has so many. She has them all written down.
She's wild. Yeah.
I feel like your mom needs to be on Pigs Radio. Can we make that happen, please?
I feel like she needs to have her own podcast.
She should.
Yeah.
Hey, next time she's in town, I'm gonna bring her over to Compton.
There we
Hell
go.
yeah.
Okay, let's get it.
Let's do it.
All
Hey, you guys
right.
know the Pepito jokes?
No, what's that?
Do you guys remember Pepito?
No.
Never mind then.
Oh.
Bye.
All righty. Thank you guys for calling in and showing all the love.
Okay, I
I
just
love you guys. Bye.
take care, guys. I just noticed there's a guy that someone outed me for something.
Uh-oh. Where? On the chat?
Yeah, from the Dudgeon podcast.
Oh, D. Rotten.
Yeah, so he says he did composing for Little House on the Prairie and the TV show Monsters. And what else did he ask me here? He also asked me, this is did John compose the music for the new Killer Klowns video game?
Damn, D, we haven't even get into the conversation.
I
We're
know,
still like getting
shit.
into like all the like the prequel stories.
Fucking tiptoeing.
Yeah.
Okay, so should I
Whatever you
Yeah,
want to do.
yeah.
Whatever you
Yeah,
want
okay.
to do.
Wherever you want to take this.
As far as the video game's concerned, well, I've been working on it for quite a while, and as a matter of fact, I've been working on it as recent as yesterday. So yeah, I am working on the video game. It's all a whole next generation level Killer Klowns music coming from me, who created that sound from the movie. So I took that sound and just like cranked it up a level because I'm not the same person that I was years ago.
Right.
And I'm not going to let me try to copy exactly what I did last, all those years ago. I just took the groove, the vibe, and I just brought it up to where I wanted it to be 35 years ago. That's a long time. And people wonder why. It's like it seemed to have disappeared and it peeks its head out little by little. We're talking about the movie Killer Klowns. And what's interesting is that I talked to friends of mine that I went to school with, like Christopher Young, that did Hellraiser. And I said, dude, you're so lucky that your movie was in the movie theaters for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Mine was in the movie theaters for 6 hours, or it might as well have been 6 hours. It's like not even half of a weekend, right? And So that's in those days. If you were going to get a video distribution deal or have it a movie show on cable, it had to be in the movie theaters first.
Right.
So they did like this thing where they would take the same number of prints of the films, and making a film print is kind of expensive.
Right.
Back then, it's just as expensive in relation to what things were worth as it is today. So it was in movie theaters for literally just days. And no one really got to discover it. And my friend Jonathan Gold, who used to write for the LA Weekly, he was the entertainment and food editor, he gave it a good review. And there was a guy with the LA Times gave it a good review. So by the time people read it, because this is before, right? This is before social media.
You read the newspaper.
You had to open up to the page. Let's see what's going on. What movies do you say? Wow, this Killer Klowns. That's bizarre. Isn't that kind of like Beetlejuice or something like that? It's kind of like weird, quirky horror comedy. I want to see that.
Right.
That's got to be great. And they go to the movie theater and it's not there. And the same pattern repeated. So no one got to see it. So it wasn't until 2 years later where it started to filter its way onto cable.
Right.
And then video rentals. And then it got a little bit of a boost when it came to DVD, right? And so it wasn't until, I think, 2000. Well, okay, so here's where I discovered the fan base was in 2012. Okay, so all this time I'm thinking, okay, I know from my statements it plays, but I'm not getting any feedback, And it's one of the people would ask me among my peers is what's your favorite thing that you worked on? I go, it was this little movie that no one saw called Killer Klowns from Outer Space. They roll their eyes in their head, what a dumb movie. And so it wasn't until I discovered the fan base, I was invited by accident to Monsterpalooza.
How by accident?
For the 25th. Someone from the office thought it'd be a good idea, the guy that did the music, have him be at these conventions. I did not know that for quite some time, I don't know when they started, but for years prior to 2012, the cast and filmmakers were going to all these conventions. I had not a clue anything that was going on. I knew that they had done appearances at conventions because they worked on a ton of other movies.
Right.
They worked on Tim Burton movies. They did that really cool movie with the puppets, the American. I forgot what it was called, but they did. What's the horror movie with the fuzzy monsters with the big teeth?
Gremlin.
No, not Gremlin. The other ones. It's like a fuzzy ball, and they're from outer space, and they have big teeth.
Oh, fuck.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe someone here in the
Anyone in the chat? D-Ron? D-Ron's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Fuzzy balls of teeth.
So, anyways, it was pretty popular.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I even did a demo for it.
Really?
Yeah, and David Newman did the score. Thomas Newman's brother, cousin. In any event, oh come on, what's the name of that?
He said Puppet Master or Critters.
Critters. That's it.
Fucking D. Thank you,
That's
sir.
it. You are a genius.
D.
Thank you.
Points.
So it was Critters. So because of those movies, I figured they would talk about conventions. I figured that that makes sense. But for Killer Klowns specifically, I didn't know. So there I was, 2012. Amy and I came there. We accidentally, there was someone in the production office of the Kyoto Brothers that said, let's have John go. And she called me personally. And the way she described it, I had no idea what the hell she was talking about. She says, come over there. You can sell stuff and sign stuff. I go, what, like contracts? I don't get it. Is it a, what are you talking about? Well, you
at this point, you had never heard of conventions before?
Well,
or?
I knew about horror conventions, sci-fi.
Okay.
I used to go to sci-fi conventions.
Okay.
I didn't know there was specifically horror conventions.
Got it. Okay.
Right? So she says, it's a convention. And I'm thinking convention like a trade convention.
Okay.
It's about filmmaking and stuff like that.
Right.
He says, well, why would I still sell? I don't have any software that I'm developing or anything. No, you just bring things like if you have like copies of your score and you sign it for people and they give you money. And I go, why do I want to do that? So I sat down and I met all these people that it was just like one right after the other that were just in love with this movie.
Well,
And
hold on. Did you have anything, or did you just
I-
sat at a booth with like?
No, I didn't. I wasn't at a booth. I was at a big table with everyone.
Oh, okay.
And it's like I had this like little space that I had to sit in.
Right.
And I forgot one of the cast. Well, it was Suzanne. That's who it was. Suzanne, the girl that played Debbie.
Oh, okay.
And she said, "Do you do conventions?" And I go, "No. This is a total mystery to me." He says, "What do you do?" "Oh, I do commercials, documentaries, do films. I help out other composers with their productions and stuff like that." And so she was asking me, "What conventions do you go to?" I don't go to any of them.
First one today.
This is the first time for Killer Klowns.
Yeah.
This is the first time. So the wonderful thing, there's all these people that like were tuned into the music. Right. And I had to like rediscover my love for the movie, and I realized, you know what, these people deserve like an experience, something, So I would say 4 years later, I came up with a concept. I said, how cool would it be to do Killer Klowns from Outer Space with an orchestra playing the score, and we project the film? I mean, wouldn't that be a neat experience? So I proposed the idea to MGM. I called the music department and their branding department at the time. It was a total different crew of people than it is now. And I explained the concept to them, and they were just saying something. They were saying things along the lines of, "But why do you want to change the score?" No, I don't want to change the score. I want to perform the score as it is, but instead of synthesizers, it's going to be played by an orchestra. But won't that change everything? Because what they're concerned about is the branding. Are you going to change the way it sounds where it's unrecognizable? It's like it doesn't fit with the movie. I mean, it's almost like you say, in their mind, it's almost like say, let's replace the clowns with Teletubbies.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't like that. And so I actually had, I actually went to Warner Brothers Studios with an orchestra, and I recorded like a piece, like a suite.
But you had to show them because they just weren't getting it.
Exactly. And then I took video and I showed them. It's going to go back and forth,
right,
from the synthesizer to the orchestra live. Yeah, I mean, in other words, you're going to see the picture just the way it is, and we're going to go in and out. You're going to see, and we'll have the words in and out, orchestra, synthesizer, orchestra. So they liked it. They liked the idea. So then I licensed, I got permission and licensing to perform it live. That was at the Montalban Theater in 2018 for the 30th anniversary. That's right. And the Dickies performed. Now, I got to tell you, there were a lot of people that would tell this idea. It sounds crazy. What? Listen, Killer Clown fans, they're just happy showing up to a convention and paying $10 for like a picture or something like that, or just some trinket. They're fine. They're not going to spend $50, $60 for a seat. It's too sophisticated for them. And I go, well, you know what? I'm doing it. If you want to come, you can. You don't have to. We're going to make a video, and you could probably see it.
This was the production studio like trying to
no.
it down?
No. The production studio was on top, was okay with it.
Right.
And once I had just demonstrated what it's going to be like, they just want to make, in writing, you got to make sure you don't change the composition, because the music department says, "Oh yeah, I know exactly what." Have you ever seen Chariots of Fire performed by an orchestra? Chariots of Fire,
right?
The famous Chariots of Fire synthesizer score can be played by an orchestra as well. So it took them a while to understand the concept.
Right.
But, live to film concerts were a thing already, right? So it's like the Harry Potters were already being done live to film, but those were orchestral scores to begin with.
Right.
So this whole concept of taking whatever it was, an electronica score, they just had to, listen, if that's what it takes, I'll make an illustration, because my goal was I could see the concert happening. I could see the audience behind me, and I could see this will tune it in. So my next step was the contractor that contracted the orchestra session at Warner Brothers Studio. I told him, listen, I've got a crazy idea. And initially, it was some other movie I wanted to do. He says, "No, you got to do that Killer Klowns. You have to do the Killer Klowns."
Just out of
score."
curiosity, what was your second runner-up choice?
Oh, it was a movie that another movie that no one saw. It was actually a biblical film. It was called The Story of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And I thought, I'll take the film. The film, they never distributed it, right? They couldn't get a contract to distribute it. I go, can I license it from you and do it as a live concert? Because I figure I want to go back to Italy and perform it in the Vatican. You know, I had this crazy idea. And so my friend, who's the contractor, who knows all the musicians, he does stuff for Riot Games. You know, he gets big orchestra sessions. He says, you want to get that Killer Clown score. Everyone that played it that night really liked it. You know, he's talking about the musicians. So I go, okay, I'm going to go with that. I figured, you know, let's do that. So so I kept pursuing, convincing MGM to do it. So I got the license, I got the permission, and you know, I had to convince the Dickies to come. Originally, one of the members says, "I don't know about playing with an orchestra, that sort of thing." I says, "You don't have to do anything different. You just play the song. We will play with you. We're not going to change not one thing about the song.
Yeah.
We will follow you." You know, and so
Like Metallica's S&M.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right, with the San Francisco Symphony.
Yes.
Yeah, and so so anyway, so we had our first rehearsal, and it just went by like just like butter.
Yeah.
Right. So we did the concert, and so then COVID hit, because we were going to go to the next step. He says, "Okay, we got to find a promoter, producer, to bring this up to the next level." And I said, you know, during COVID, I had this other idea. It was called the Killer Klowns from Outer Space Cosplay Rave Party. Where basically I recreate the experience of the Scare Zone in Orlando, Florida. I went there to see the Killer Klowns attraction, and I saw the Scare Zone, which is supposed to be like an area, a transition area between attractions, right? And you just say, "Oh wow, this is like a Friday the 13th area. That looks cool," and you walk past it. No, this one everyone went was a destination, because people they had professional cosplayers. They were blaring the music from the movie, and people were dancing, having fun, ordering drinks, having food, hanging out. It was like a big party, like from 4 p.m. to like closing time. So I thought, oh gosh, I've got to do this.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing at the LA Convention Center. I'm doing that show where I have dance performers. I have, you know, I created a whole like a synthwave metal DJ set.
Oh shit!
To work the score. I mean, everything's been approved and approved by MGM and everything like that. And we're gonna have video of it. We're recording it. The Dickies are playing, or the Dickies are actually kind of the headliner, right? So I'm warming up for them, and then the Dickies are going to play, and it's basically to celebrate the 35th anniversary at the LA Convention Center. And I'm really happy that of all the conventions, I must say I got to give credit to HorrorCon LA, because they said, "Will you want to come to our have a table?" I go, "Yeah, I want a table. I want to do something more than just have a table. I want the people to have an experience. I want the fans to have an experience that they can walk away from saying, 'Hey, I had a lot of fun that night.'" You know, and I've done this show a few times, and if you look on my YouTube channel, you can see excerpts of it. So that's going to be September 30th.
You guys need to come out and get your tickets.
You got to come, because there's never going to be a 35th annual. And by the way, there's stuff going on at HorrorCon LA that I can't talk about yet, because they haven't released it, but there's supposed to be some awesome, I don't know what you call it, features, things that they're going to have there. HorrorCon LA, they kind of step it up. Like if they're going to get, let's say they're going to get a costume person there, they got to get a costume person that's done or that worked on Aliens or something like that.
Got it.
It's got to be up at that other level. I don't want to give any clues, but there's going to be things there that they haven't announced yet. I was hoping they would have broken the news already, but they haven't. But they always step it up a level, and it's the first time ever. This is very important. First time ever MGM has ever endorsed a Killer Clown event at a horror convention. That's how much they are behind. Yeah, let's do that again. Let's take two on that. Hold on a second. MGM is endorsing this whole event. My event. There's going to be some awesome things going on with Killer Klowns, and this is all endorsed by. We got the blessing of MGM. There you go. And it's the first time. None of the other conventions that have been going on
No other
have
movies.
had this.
No, nothing else.
Not on a legitimate level, like, yes, we acknowledge this, give you the green light, vaya con
Absolutely.
Dios, do this shit right.
Right.
Don't fuck it up.
Because we got what I'm doing. We got Killer Klowns, the movie itself. The whole Killer Klowns universe is a big thing, but there's also this video game that's effing kick ass.
You know what?
I must admit.
I just found the commercial for that. Check that out really
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead. Let's look for it. Let's look at it.
All right, here we go. Killer Klowns.
And you can
video.
play this. This is on YouTube.
Killer clowns? Like from outer space?
Terrorize all humans. Wrap soft skins in cotton candy cocoons.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
Hunt and kill and eat in any order.
The sooner we shut down this invasion, the better our chances.
No, please, no! Better get out of here!
That looks dope.
That shit looks crazy.
Now that Shorty thing where Shorty creates like this vortex and the guy's like drawn in, just gets chopped up into a billion pieces.
Yeah.
That is cruel, man.
I mean,
that is cruel.
How much do you? I mean, you're working on it right now, so you've seen the game. Have you played the game?
I can't comment.
Okay. So there's not much that we can go into with this then.
I can say this with all certainty. It's really awesome.
Okay.
It's really it's such that I'm going, once everything, the dust settles and it gets released, I'm going to set up a thing on Discord or Twitch where maybe every 6 weeks I'll play with fans, you know, and while we chat and talk, you know, and hopefully I will be, it's either one or two things. I will be proficient enough to play a good game, or I'll completely suck at it, which will be okay.
Yeah.
Let's play John again. He always loses.
It's like Zack and his YouTube channel that he had.
No.
This game will bring back Zack to Twitch, according to D Rotten. So.
Might just have to. I mean, it looks pretty cool because right now the big. I don't know if it's. I guess it's a genre where it's like PvP. So it's like the killers versus like the survivors and everything. Right now the big game is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So you get to play as the family. So there's like, you know, Bubba, who's Leatherface. You have the cook. You have the hitchhiker. All these other characters that you can play as. And then so it's like 3v3. So the whole point of the game is to escape. Or another game like Dead by Daylight. Friday the 13th had a game like that.
Are you able to play that game as a single player, or you always have to play with a group? You go on Discord and play with a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you queue solo. It's called solo queuing if it's just you. But
Okay.
it's there are, it is like a group thing technically. But I think Friday the 13th had like an offline mode, but it was still the same concept. But it was like you're playing with bots.
And what's it called when you play by yourself?
Solo queuing.
Solo queuing. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because people have asked me that. Is there a single player version? And I go,
yeah. So I think they're asking about like a campaign, like
yeah,
like 'cause that was what I was gonna ask. How true to the movie is it? Like, can you play it as if you're in the movie, like you're playing one of the characters or something? Or
okay, I remember I said that I had full confession. Okay, so when I interviewed at Riot Games in like 2008, right? And they said, "What video games do you play?" I said, "Oh, I don't play video games anymore."
Yeah.
What? He says, "Why?" Well, I used to get kicked out of arcades,
right?
Because I wouldn't leave, and there are certain games like you're a pilot, like Chuck Yeager's Air Combat, which I don't think there's an updated version. I went through all the levels. I would play that thing for hours and hours, and basically I didn't. It was kind of I was close to going to a 12-step program to get myself off. So I try to explain them, but however, I will spend all my industry and time not playing video games, but working on the video game.
Right.
Well, people that work for us play video games a lot.
Yeah.
How do they get work done? When do they sleep?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure writing code isn't something you do for an hour and a half a day.
No.
Right? And I know producing music could be forever.
Right.
Especially now with all the tools that you have, you can get deep. You can get so deep that it drives you crazy. So, anyways, trying to get back to my original train of thought is that I don't, I don't need to play the game to write the music to it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, music is important to any like source of media because I mean, music is the easiest way to hit someone's emotions. So I mean, it's like visual. Like you're watching a movie, the visuals is only half of the storytelling,
right?
Because like you could be telling us, I could have any scene, and the music will dictate which way it's going. Because like there's like a lot of rom-coms that like within the last 5 years, people will actually make a horror trailer for it. If you just spin it a different way, you put some different lighting on it and completely change the music, I could be telling you something sweet, but if you put some crazy ass music behind it, I could sound like a fucking serial killer.
Without getting into super massive detail, we established a routine with the even now with the new publisher, because we switched publishers of the video game. And the subtext of Killer Klowns from Outer Space, for me, and I think they agreed with me, the subtext is creativity and imagination. Because tell me, I see so many fans that create art, sculpture, even their own music. For Killer Klowns from Outer Space, because there's something about the flashing of colors. And if you've ever seen a film version, like where it's going through a projector and you're getting flickered 24 images a second, it's a different experience than if you see it digitally. It truly is. Because there's some kind of, I want to say there's a cadence hitting your eyes, and your whole experience is somewhat different. I'm not saying that the digital streaming experience is bad. I'm just saying it's a different experience when you see it that way. And that's how I grew up watching films in theaters where it's
flickering,
literally flickering at you.
So the truest form to watch it is on film.
No, I mean that's just one of the experiences. I mean, I think that's why Quentin Tarantino still makes film.
Right.
Because you can watch it in a movie theater and it has a completely different feel to it.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's wrong or one is better than the other, because I certainly love you know, you've ever seen those big screens at some event where it's in ultra high definition? It's just captivating, you know. So we established that you know, it's creative subtext, and I told them I want to create, you know, if people choose to leave the music on during their gameplay, I want it to be have it enhance the experience,
Right.
you know, have it so that it drives them, you know, to play, or it like puts them in a mysterious mode. Like you can imagine. Okay, I'm not going to tell you about scenes from in the video game, but I'll like take a scene from the actual movie. Right. Okay. There's a scene where I don't know if you remember, where Mike, the police guy, takes the boyfriend out to show him where the spaceship is. There's no spaceship there. There's just this empty forest. Or when the farmer goes to the forest and see this beautiful, which is how I fell in love with the movie when I first saw it. You know, I first saw it with no music score on it. I saw this tent and I go, God, that's gorgeous. I know where these guys are going.
Right.
These guys are making a movie that I would want to see. You know, and then there's the scene where the policeman's going through where all the kids were parked making out, but they're all gone because they all been taken away by Killer Klowns and cotton candy. There's that stark mystery, right? So there is that in the movie, but drawn out, you know, really developed.
Yeah.
So what was really great, I got to start with what I started years ago and develop it. Completely fold it out and develop it in a much bigger way.
How is that? Let me ask you, because you said you saw the movie and you had no music.
Mm-hmm.
How ominous is that? Or do you feel like
was the movie scary, ominous?
Yeah, like it's, you know, because you're not watching it. I don't know. It's like if you watch the whole movie, you know, and you know you have a family member asleep, so you have it on mute the whole time.
Right. Okay. So, well, I can tell you this: the movie was cut by a guy named Christopher Roth, and he's a great movie editor. And the movie is a clean, I think, 86 minutes long. Right. So it's a good amount of time. It gets you in to the movie, and it's like you can come back to it. I think if it was longer, like 2 hours, maybe it would have been too much. I don't know.
Right.
You know, they would have had to have a whole different script if that was the case. But they kept, back in those days, you were guaranteed that you can get a distribution if your movie was under 90 minutes, and if you're going in 86 or 83 minutes, it'll get picked up because they could stick commercials on cable.
Yeah.
Isn't that silly?
Yeah, it's all about pushing product.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I first saw it, I'm not 100% sure. I think the Dickies song was in it. If not, they gave it to me later. They gave me another VHS tape. Not a video file, VHS tape of with it in. But anyways, when I first saw it, it had no music whatsoever, nothing, and I so appreciated that because it left the mind open. Because anytime they pick this editor, the reason I said it was good, he edited the pacing without needing music.
Right.
He just went by feel, right? So when you saw it had no score, which I really appreciated, because now
there's no bias.
There's no a preconceived notion of what kind of music the director wants.
Right.
Because it really oh God, I got to copy, Junkie XL's score. I can't do that. I mean, I can do it, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's what am I going to do? And that has happened to me before. If you dig through my IMDb, you get people that says, "Oh, this is such a ripoff from The Lion in Winter," which is a favorite score. Which okay, I did. I emulated John Barry's score to The Lion in Winter.
Right.
What can I say?
That's not fair to you.
It worked, and it felt right. But anyways, with this case, I can do whatever I want. And the Kyoto Brothers even pushed it further. They made no bones about it. They said, we hate just about every horror movie that's being released now. Hate the scores to just about every horror movie that's been released since 1975.
Right.
I go, wow, okay, that's okay, because I don't need to do music like those scores.
Right.
You know, I don't want them to say, hey, we took the music from this particular horror movie and we stuck it in here because it helps the scene move. No, the
Right.
scene already was moving. It was already had its own pacing and cadence,
Right.
as you can say. So they said, what you got to do, you've got to like distinguish this score, so it sounds very different than the other scores.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why we recorded with synthesizers. You know,
Yeah.
And we don't want a synthesizer score that sounds like Chariots of Fire. No, of course not.
No.
That's not going to do. It's got to sound bizarre and weird. You know, but yet imaginative. And they told me, they gave me a list of movies that they grew up on. They like that, like the sound from Ray Harryhausen movies. I don't know if you've ever seen those. You know, classic like Journey to the Center of the Earth
Right.
and The Time Machine.
So there was like a reference, but it wasn't like
Yes.
anything.
Yeah, we like that vocabulary.
Yeah.
But you have to make it sound. It has to sound different than anything else.
Right.
And we don't want dumb circus music.
Yeah.
Just don't do creepy circus music that sounds like a joke. This is because right now I was told that the other composers that did demos made the movie look stupid.
Yeah.
They had 30 people doing,
Yeah.
30 different composers doing, all of them, they didn't like it. So the one I did, I picked a scene from the movie where they initially come into the clown tent and they meet the clowns and then they get chased out and then the clowns come back to life and march on to the town, right? So you could see, that's a keystone moment. So you could see that one scene and pretty much get what the movie might be about.
Right.
Right. So I picked that scene and I just went full blown, legit kind of classical, but I did it with synthesizers. And they said they liked it because you took our movie seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be really stupid. It's clowns. They look funny and they're fat and jostly, but it's the straight man, you know, of the movie. I'm not trying to be silly. I'm
Right.
trying to be like serious, and it's a really good contrast. And where did I learn that? Like before, he says, how do you get started? Oh, I used to go into movie theaters with a Sony Walkman. and
record their audio.
record the audio and listen to the movie over and over again. And movies like Ghostbusters, I even did it with Predator, even though I had already been working professionally before then. I did Star Wars. You know, I go, wow, I didn't know the music was coming in here. Oh, I didn't know the music left at this point. Because when you're watching the movie, you're so tuned into the overall experience that
You're not paying attention to
you're
those
not
kind of
paying
things.
attention. Oh, the music score. Did you just see the music just cut out there? Just gracefully left, or the music boom, shot cut, jump cutted, you got a jump scare there.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're just watching the whole movie. But when you listen to it at like like if it was a radio show, you pick up on those things. So, so that's where I learned all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
By the way, to have that kind of immersiveness to video with this audio, it does give it a different layer. It puts you in a different plane. Either you're into audio or you're not. That's where it kind of does make the difference. And for those who enjoy it, holy fuck, let me tell you, audio can change everything. Like Zach was saying earlier, it's a feeling, it's a vibe, it's something just a little bit more than just being visually stimulated by whatever it is that you're watching. And obviously with Killer Klowns, I mean, cult classic. It does have some funky looking clowns. They look weird. By the way, that shit terrified me as a kid, but I loved it at the same time because it wasn't supposed to be like a terror. I mean, but it wasn't, and it was a little bit different. I started rewatching it just it had been so many years since I've seen it. I'm like, holy fuck! And as I'm listening to the entire thing because obviously this is the flow, and almost every scene has something kind of going on with it, other than just your dialogue and obviously everything else. But I mean, the tones to everything, fuck, so good.
Yeah,
So
and
good.
that color. Well, the Kyoto brothers, they're very much into the visual arts, you basically have Steven, who directed the movie, who sometimes comes up with the grand concept, and it's a collaborative thing. If you hear them speak creatively amongst each other, it's almost like it's almost you can't follow it, sort of, but they understand each other.
Right.
How they have
it's a different language.
They have a system. They're three brothers. They grew up loving this type of genre.
Right.
And it's just a crying shame they didn't do 4 or 5 movies since then. It really is, because they have so many incredible ideas. But then you have Charlie, and Charlie, who actually draws everything out, realizes it on paper, and he's a voracious creator with art. I mean, he can't be anywhere without constantly drawing. It's I think in his sleep, his
hands just going,
hands just moving. He's sketching in his sleep. And then Edward is the business creative and business brains to the organization.
Right.
So, and they just have this amazing. All of them have this amazing eye for color and balance. I remember they were late to last year at HorrorCon. They said our stuff is there, but we're doing something. We can't. Could you help set us up? So I had my people set me up, and then I kind of set their place up and took pictures of it, and it looked okay. I thought it looked pretty good. They came, and after 15 minutes, I go, whoa, just the way they place everything, and position everything, it's just, they have an eye for all that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to have the eye, you got to have the ear. I mean, just to make things, like you said earlier, you get a group of people like-minded, or at least have the same momentum, same energy, same flow, same mindset. And once you can connect with people like that, you just make beautiful fucking things happen.
Yeah.
Beautiful memories, and then friends become, lifetime friends. I mean, celebrating 35 years.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Congratulations.
Amazing. Thank you.
And
I am so grateful. I am so grateful to the fans who kept this alive. This morning, when I released the new image of the poster for my concert, which is I can do a documentary on what it took to create that poster. It could be a whole show, but we won't go into that. But it was created by the same artist, Juan Carlos Ruiz Gascos, in Spain. I'm not sure if he lives in Madrid, but the gentleman that created the art for the Waxworks vinyl cover did the artwork for me. And you're gonna put that on. There you go. So that is the artwork for the album, and it's just stunning. And I have a 6-foot by 6-foot banner of that.
Wow.
Where do you have that hanged up at right now?
I have it. Well, I have it rolled up, but I'll have it at HorrorCon LA. And it's a great place to take pictures with fans.
Yeah.
And it just so I think that's the cotton candy edition, if I'm not sure.
There was a lot of colors I saw online.
Yeah. There's different versions. There's a Clownzilla pinwheel version that just got released. And it's an amazing pressing. I mean, I don't know all the technicalities on pressing vinyl, but that is a very heavy gauge vinyl.
This feels, on that 140 to 180 gram. It almost feels double.
Yeah.
Quality vinyl, for sure.
And they do, you've seen that when they do the pressing at Waxworks, they let it sit there. It's not like pump. It's like, it'll let it sit to get all the grooves in there.
Slow pressing.
Yeah. And then isn't that great?
Oh, shit. I just opened this, so I
didn't even go through it.
No, not yet. Hold on.
Isn't that great? And now, if you open up the vinyl record itself, look at that. You get it's like a book. It's like a book, right? And
by the way, just on the front with John's name right on there. Oh, damn. Look at that.
You're inside the Killer Klowns spaceship right there. Isn't that great? Now I've taken that and I have about 15 exclusive copies that I made of all the musical themes from the movie, written throughout the album cover.
Wait, on this one?
Not that one. No. I mean, I actually sat there and drew the lines and spaces for the score man. So it's like music
I saw that.
manuscript.
You posted that on Instagram.
Yeah, that's going to be at HorrorCon LA.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
This thing looks incredible. The artwork is insane.
It's a lot of fun.
And you have this guy created your poster for your concert that you're fucking doing.
I don't know if you can bring that up of the poster.
Let me show it on my phone because I know you just sent it to me right now.
Is there a like a specific sequence that like is your favorite from the movie?
Killer Klowns? I got to see the wind up at the end. Well, that looks pretty good from your phone.
It'd be too difficult to actually fucking pull it up.
Well, I mean, you send it to me fucking via text, dude. You know what? When you know how to press buttons, you can press some fucking buttons over here, dude.
Well, give me the buttons to press. I'll fucking do it. What do you mean?
All right, press these buttons.
Yeah. What's up?
Obviously, it's incredible artwork. You guys need to come out once again. HorrorCon is going to be on the 30th.
The 30th and October 1st.
Go on Instagram.
But the live performance.
That's at 7 p.m. On the 30th at the 411 Theater inside the LA Convention Center with the Dickies. The Dickies are going to be there. And there's a lot of great activities that's going to be happening Saturday afternoon that people aren't going to want to miss. There's a cosplay contest.
Nice.
There's going to be a panel. So some really panels that you won't see anywhere else that are sanctioned by the studio.
Official, guys. Official.
OG, the real deal. And I'm not going to, I can say this. I might get in trouble, but I'm going to say this. The Kyoto brothers will be there as well.
What? Wait, where's my... What the fuck? Where's my sound effect?
Press the button.
Oh, yeah, it was. There it is.
Damn.
Do you know what that sound is called?
What?
There's a name for
The
that.
explosion?
No, it's called the Brahm.
The bomb.
Brahm.
The Brahm.
Brahm.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's actually, I think it's from our dear friend Hans Zimmer.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and I think he vowed not to use it anymore at some point when he did. What's the time travel, spaceship time travel? Not Interstellar.
Oh, yeah.
Like around Interstellar, he says, no more taiko drums, no more Brahms. Brom sound.
I think another very classic thing that you hear across everything is that Star Wars scream or the scream, the
Winchester. No, not Winchester. Wexel scream.
Something
with a W. I can't remember. What it's
Okay,
called.
well, there's that other thing that's like kind of a dubstep thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I gotta say, when people say, "Can you put that in your score?" I say no. Why? Because it's belongs to someone else. It's their thing. It's not my thing. Here's a good thing I tell
Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm.
Yeah.
What does it sound like?
It's
Do you have it?
You said a Winchester.
Yeah, I knew it was
Like
something
a Winchester lever action rifle.
Yeah.
that?
No.
So I don't know. I'm trying to make the connection of Winchester.
No, I just knew it was something like with the W.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Well, Zach, while you look that up, tell you what, let's take a quick little break. We've been running, I don't even know how long we've been running for. We're over here talking up a storm. We're having a fucking great time, and we're learning all kinds of crazy shit. There you go. That was a scream. Do it again. And they use that like in every possible movie.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's in everything. 1,000 fucking times.
Oh, is it used as much as the Falcon? Like when you have a picture of like the
eagle or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's that squawk of the Falcon echoing through the canyons. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. 'Cause, it's in Star Wars. I've noticed it a few times in Toy Story.
Uh-huh.
So it's everywhere. Yeah.
Funny.
Let's take a quick break. Let's play some
Taco Pastor break?
We can go get some afterwards.
Is there more Taco Pastor?
There's always more tacos Pastor. Let's hang out with some male tears because they're our friends, and I think that goes hand in hand with Killer Klowns from Outer Space right now.
Does
so,
it? Cool.
It's like
Play it.
out there. We'll be right back, guys.
Keep it locked here.
See how long? Yeah, 4
I
minutes.
can only think.
Hello? Mr. Statham? Yes, this is him. I know we talked about getting you on Pigs Radio, but it's a little surprise you're on now. So if you don't mind saying hi to Mario and the best Jason Statham, can you just say, hey, babies, listen to Pigs Radio and Mario 81.
Listen, babies. Listen to Pigs Radio, Mario 81.
Is that from Ghost Ship?
I forgot where I took that from.
It sounds like it's from Ghost Ship.
In case you guys don't know, we're chicks, and we love listening to Pigs Radio.
Because you just never know nowadays. You just never know.
I know.
No, you don't.
Welcome to PigzRadio.com. We got a lot in store for you, so strap on and bend over. Pigs Radio! Once you come, you won't let go. Pigs Radio! Sit right down and enjoy the show.
Pigs Radio episode 492, hanging out with John. John, it's been insane. We're going all over the place. Killer Klowns, once again, cult classic from the 80s. If you've never seen it, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, it's on YouTube for free.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
There's no reason not to go watch this.
Watch it right now, right after
watch
this episode.
Watch it right now for free. Just gotta watch the ads.
Finish.
Yeah,
our
finish
episode.
Pigs. We haven't even got to mention that we're gonna have a little live special performance.
Mm-hmm.
John's he brought his fucking his synthesizers in.
Yeah.
He's gonna be doing some synthy stuff in a little bit. So John is hitting the pig stage and gonna be rocking out.
I had to. I just had to.
When Zack told me like, hey, like the composer for Killer Klowns, I can get him for Pigs. Like, holy shit, no way, like dope. I think he'll play. Like, no way, dude. Like, if that's we weren't expecting it, but like, dude, fuck yeah, let's do it. I mean, we have bands here.
When you emailed me all your protocols, I thought, are you like having a band there? I'm supposed to play with the band. I mean, that's fine. I mean, wow, that's really awesome.
Well, at first he told me that you were going to be playing. Like, okay, cool. Then that's the standard stuff that I send all our live performing artists and stuff. Like, all right, this is what we're doing. This is what we have. This is,
and you were my roadie.
Yeah.
You hauled my stuff in. That was really
for people who don't know. I walk in every single band. I carry all their shit in. I carry all their shit out. I set it all up.
Mm-hmm.
I get them all drunk. Get them all high. We feed them around here. Like yeah.
Oh yeah, it's quality. You know, Michelin star.
Good tacos.
Okay, so I propose a bit of a change since I was blabbing like a madman.
Yeah.
On the previous one.
You're not.
Now you guys talk, and I'll just say yes or no.
Oh, we can just start firing off questions. Jesus. Well, okay, so there's so many things to cover about Killer Klowns.
Okay.
I know I started a little bit in the beginning of the episode, kind of talking about the beginning. How did you actually get caught up with Killer Klowns? I mean,
that's right.
You told me earlier
before we got that prank call.
Yeah. You told me there was 30 other people they went through before they got to you.
Something like that. Yeah.
How did they get to you?
Okay, so I'm going to compress everything. I was, I kind of started working professionally as kind of like when I was in college and as I got out, you know. Now, was I working every day? Did I have a parking lot? Did I have a parking spot at Warner Brothers Studios? No, I didn't have it. I worked at a warehouse. And from time to time, I work with independent filmmakers doing their short films and stuff like that. So I was working my way up, and I worked with someone who introduced me to a producer that was doing something for this thing called cable television.
Oh,
so I was working with him on that. And there was a show that he produced that I did the music for. It was like an MTV variety show almost. Right?
And is that at this point your first time working on a TV show, or had you?
No, I've been working before that.
Okay.
I've been working on things before that, on and off with the Disney company because they started getting into this thing called the Disney Channel. So they had more things than they knew what to do with. So, so hanging out with new filmmakers that were working with the Disney Channel, I got to work on some like promotional music.
Sure.
Right. And so via that, I met a producer that had me work on his show. So I did music. It was like a music video variety show, right? And then certain thing, whatever happened, that producer and I ended up being roommates because his company folded, and he was going through a lot of crazy life changes, and so we were roommates. And he was a very industrious kind of guy. He was always in the library reading, planning his next move, and he came back with, he tore out a little ad that was in Variety. He says, "There's a guy back east that's doing a horror movie, and he needs someone to do the movie trailer for his horror movie." Actually, he's doing a movie trailer to raise funds for the horror movie, right? So I said, "Oh, that's great." So I looked at it and saw the description, in this little tiny slip of paper, and so I put a tape together. And I put a nice little letter, typed out a letter and my resume, and put the tape in an envelope and mailed it back to Washington, D.C., which is where this guy was, this other director was based. And like 3 weeks later, I got a phone call. He says, oh, I really like your music, where it's going. I would like you to do my trailer. So he came out, and I worked on his trailer for his. It was called The Lurking Fear. It was a lot of fun to work on. It was based on an H.P. Lovecraft novel. Anyways, so he ended up moving out to L.A. and he was in the Teamsters. So he was working at the various studios, arranging for transportation, trucks, and stuff like that.
Right.
And then one day he called me. Listen, I know you're a serious composer and everything, but there's some friends of mine that I used to work with back east that had been out here. They worked with Tim Burton, and they'd done their own movie, and it sounds pretty crazy. I wasn't going to bother you with it, but but I figured, what the heck? There are three brothers that produce movies and special effects. They're named the Kyoto Brothers. Never heard of them before, and they did this movie called. Gosh, I'm almost embarrassed to say it. What is that? Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I go, oh my God, I got to see that. What?
What is that?
I'm loving the title already. So they said, well, okay, why don't I'll have him call you. This is before people sent texts and emails. Right? This didn't exist. The whole concept didn't exist. You had to actually get someone on the phone.
You have to know somebody, for real.
The term was you got to drop a dime on them.
Drop a dime in the
You
fucking
put a
phone
dime on the
socket.
television call, a telephone call. So,
by the way, 50 cents now when you do find a payphone machine.
You're kidding.
50 cents.
It's that cheap.
Yeah, I guess.
I would think you need you could slip your ATM
credit card and shit.
Yeah, right.
Everything else does.
Right. So, anyways, so Steve Kyoto calls me, and he says, "Hey John, Eric tells me you're quite a composer." 'Cause he still had that real heavy Bronx accent.
Right.
But they born in the Bronx, but they lived mostly in Long Island or Staten Island. I forgot. Now I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, so we have a little bit in common. But in any event, so. So I said, I'd love to. He says, okay, we're having a screening at Warner Brothers with all the other composers. And so you got to do an audition for it. And so I went to the audition. I didn't go to the audition. I went to see the screening. And I was just so excited that I heard later on, because, word gets around. He says, oh, that Massari guy was just squirming. And it was so weird. I was so excited. I was going, wow. It was like the edge of my seat. This is so bizarre. And I think everyone else was like, oh God, what do I do? Oh, I want to do Pretty Woman. I don't want to do this crap. And so I was just like on cloud nine. So the music director, his name is Bob Hunka, and he went on to work at Sony Pictures. I think he's retired now. But in any event, he said, okay, at the end, when you leave, there's like a little bag you pick up. It'll have some paperwork for you to sign and leave here, and there's a VHS tape. You take that home. And so I worked on it from the beginning. The second I got home, I was looking at it, taking notes. I was like, God, what do I do? I mean, there's a lot of classical music. I played a lot of classical symphonies, movements that I thought had the energy that I was looking for, and I picked that scene. When they told me you pick it, they said pick any scene from the movie to do it. I thought, I'm doing that one. And apparently not many people did that scene because it's a hard scene. It's a chase scene, the one where the the kids go into they discover the spaceship, and they get chased out, and then the clowns come back to life. So I went home, and when I came up to the spot where the clowns came back to life and are marching on to the town, in the fog.
Yeah.
I had a come to Jesus moment, because when I was 16 going on 17, I wrote this really cool riff for my band that they didn't like because they said it sounded too jazzy.
Too jazzy.
And I'm going, oh my God, that's exactly where it's going to go. It was that don't, right? So, on my teaser reel, I'm going to overdub the thing.
But isn't that cool, though, when you get to go back to, like, what was considered a throwaway riff or something?
I didn't consider it a throwaway. They just didn't like it.
Wow, well, fuck them.
Exactly.
They
it wasn't like I went, oh, shucks, I suck. What a dumb music I wrote. I didn't think of that. I go, okay, they don't get it. That's okay.
Right.
That's okay. And so I put all that together.
Can't show maybe a little bit of the audio right here. This is the beginning part.
Yeah, you have to go further.
How far in?
Probably another 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Or you're not showing pictures. Just
no, yeah.
Oh, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go for much further than that.
You get back from saving the world.
Hold on.
Okay, because before that. Before that.
Why are you fucking around for, Mario? Just play the damn thing.
Gotta get it right.
Before that, not that far back. Closer. More. Okay, that's the chase scene. You can play it like a little bit more. Just go another 30 seconds. Keep going. Okay, there you go.
All right.
There you go. Let's play it from here.
We have to tell the police.
Oh, yeah, right. We're gonna run to the police station. We're gonna tell them there's a bunch of clowns running around the hills killing people with cotton candy.
I have a friend there. I know he'll believe us.
He's my ex-boyfriend.
I don't know, Debbie. I wouldn't even believe us.
This is it.
Oh, Modi.
And so this is what you submitted to them.
Yeah. So basically, that was the same as I did on the demo. Because I kind of I want my demos to be as close to the finished as possible.
Right.
So I think we got like about a week to come up with something. So I did that whole scene, and so I got the call that says, okay, everyone unanimously liked what you did, especially that thing at the end as they're marching into the town, because that had a groove that does it. That had a groove to it. That had it defined, the whole thing. So
not only that, for the time, the synth, very powerful. I mean, all the new wave going around.
Yeah,
at the time.
that was a DX7 that was like a square wave kind of patch to kind of sound like a sort of distorted guitar that went through some like a wah-wah pedal into like a Fender twin reverb.
Yeah.
And I probably had another box in between, like just a little bit of a distortion box. Because the patch right out of the synth didn't sound like that. It's when you do some extra processing,
When you were coming up with this, you already had that already in mind, you said?
Well, when I first saw it, I go, I'm going to use that theme that I did when I was a kid.
Wow.
That'll work. If they don't like it, they don't like it. What am I going to do? I mean, it worked for me.
That one
that's what you have to do. You have to have it resonate. Who said it? Stan Lee, the great comic book artist. Marvel artist said that, if you have an idea that you really believe in, that really moves you, that genuinely moves you,
right?
Not something that says, I think this is kind of cool. No, something that really moves you, don't let any knucklehead talk you out of it.
Right.
You know, because there's going to be someone that's going to like it, that's going to understand it. Just like the whole effing movie, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. When I delivered the master, well, I guess let me qualify this. About 2-3 years afterwards, after Killer Klowns, we had this thing called digital audio on ADAT, right? Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard of ADAT. They looked like VHS tapes, but it was high definition.
Okay, high quality audio.
High definition audio. I asked the music director, do you still have the multi-track tapes? Can I borrow them just to do a remix and archive it on digital? He says, don't tell anyone. You know, so I took them back, not the mixed masters, the actual 24 track, remixed them, through an analog board from an analog tape onto digital audio. Right. And that's how I was able to preserve it, because I have no idea where the originals are, and how they've been stored or what have you. So when I returned those masters to the same company, they were still in business at the time, and I was in the elevator with a bunch of guys. They were, I think the accountants, maybe legal, I don't know, and they had kind of suits on. They were about my age. And they say, what's that? I go, it's one of your products. It's the score to Killer Klowns from Outer Space. And they go, oh, fuck, that thing, just throw that in the dumpster, man. That
the fuck?
Movie is going nowhere. And I looked at him and I said, it's not for you.
Right.
It's not your movie. Now, I can go deeper into the conversation I had with them, because I kind of went a little De Niro on them and kind of freaked them out. But I asked them, okay, there's probably I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want you guys to get bleeped. I mean, there's probably a genre film that you guys watch. Admit it, right? That you go rent this particular genre every once in a while, right? Don't you? Maybe you're not getting a date or something like that. I bet you. Have you ever watched this kind of programming from that genre? Have you ever watched this kind of programming from genre? No. Well, that's not for you, but they make it, right? This is made for this movie. Killer Klowns is made for people that dig this kind of stuff. I mean, it's just not for you.
So you're telling me there is a entire niche of people who are like clown kings.
No. No.
Maybe though.
I'll draw.
Maybe
when we get off air, I'll tell you. I'll repeat the conversation.
Oh, nice.
But
you got invited to some party.
They were kind of like, that sounds pretty creepy. I says, well, okay, but it's not for you.
There's demographics. There is a fan loyalty.
Yeah.
There's maybe it is not it's not on the mainstream with a quadrillion billion people on it, but hey, there's a good amount of fucking people who do love it, who do share the passion for it, and obviously, as you're now finding out from 2012 and beyond, there is a cult following and who will come out and see this stuff.
Well, there are people that pride themselves on appreciating some things that are alternative and not mainstream. Yeah. Because it's like they made it for me. I don't care if my uncle doesn't like it, my family doesn't like it, or my other friends doesn't like it. This is something that I like. And that's the beauty of going to many of the horror conventions, because you can have people be themselves.
Right.
You can have people that are on the spectrum, that they are tuned in to certain aspects of the horror genre, that they can be themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like almost, I really feel that's one of the important things for me is connecting with fans that, they like Killer Klowns, but they like a lot of different things, but they feel at home, that they can talk to people about what they like. They're not going to be looked down upon or judged or anything like that, because they're amongst their people.
Safe.
Right. Just like anime conventions.
I mean, just look, there is different things for different folks. Whatever it is that you want to geek out on or into or not into, music or not, or wrestling or whatever the fuck. I mean, there is a group of people that will probably love the same shit that you love.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great when you can actually find that and hang out and experience that kind of level of energy and love and geekness and whatever it is that you're into, sewing, bird watching, I don't know, collecting shoes, fucking music, records, whatever it is that you're passionate about, makeup, doesn't fucking matter. There is a community for you.
Well, what I've been getting into lately is making music with making music with synthesizers without computers. Where basically you string a variety of computers together, a variety of synths together. Some that create sequence tones, right? Others that you can play leads on, and I've been totally geeking out into that lately.
Going back to analog.
Really appreciate how the guys can just set up like 4 or 5 boxes, patch some sounds together, and create a whole vibe.
Yeah.
You know, there's a guy in Germany. His name is Heimbach, that he finds like old Soviet drum machines, or he'll find like test equipment, like audio test equipment, alignment equipment for a variety of industries. Not anything to do with music, but they make sounds.
Yeah.
And he's made musical instruments out of those.
Hell yeah.
And it's just so fascinating. You know, and when he's invited to perform somewhere, he'll bring a couple of his boxes, but then he'll start sampling the parts of the city or the neighborhood that the concert's going to be in, that people can, that's the sound of the trolley that comes by her.
Wow.
You know, and he's done something musical with that. So I've been getting into that. Sorry, that was, we will end our geek section.
It's really hard not to geek out. Once again, once you start talking about what you like, what you love, because I mean, obviously, like one-hit wonder bands, we've been able to talk to some people, and either people do love their one hit, and people I've heard don't love their one hit. And when it's something like this, obviously you have a long history of different shows that you work on.
Oh yeah.
But yet, this is the one thing that I keep that you love.
Oh, and I embrace it because people. It's so heartwarming that people are drawn to it, and it resonates with them on a certain level. I mean, I've worked in commercials, like high-end commercials. I've worked on other movies where I worked for other composers, helping them out with their projects. I've worked on all sorts of stuff. I worked with a company that we did all that behind-the-scenes stuff from 2000 to 2000. For 7 years, 2007, doing behind the scenes stuff where they wanted new music. I did a documentary on the making of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, a feature-length documentary about the making of a movie that was made in 1957, the year I was born. And they had all this. They discovered all this footage and the director was still alive. There were people that were still that worked on the movie that were still around that they had to get them on an interview before they went. And it was, we recorded the score for the documentary in Europe, in Czechia, or some people call it the Czech Republic, and but in Prague with the Prague Philharmonic. So I've done all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But this has a certain special place in my heart, because I think it resonates from my movie experiences from when I was a kid.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Congratulations on finding something that you can truly put yourself into and still continue to love it 30 years later. 35 years later.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Relationships don't last that long. A lot of things don't last that long. I mean,
No.
and to have that kind of passion for something for that long.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And my props out to the Kyoto brothers for kind of keeping up with the fan base. We're going to be appearing next week. This time next week, I will be in Philadelphia.
All over the place.
In a giant drive-in theater, and it's all things Killer Klowns.
Yes.
And it's just me and the Kyoto brothers.
That's so rad.
And there's a lot of people. I don't get to see many people on the East Coast, so it's going to be really wonderful.
There you go, D on the East Coast. He's hanging out there.
It's called KyotoCon.
KyotoCon.
Yeah.
Dude, that should be good.
Oh, yeah. Let me ask you. So we went into how you got into the movie, how, like, you got pulled in and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
What's your advice for someone who's trying to also break into the industry?
Well, it depends what you want, because if you want to get in the industry, you talk about the music, creating music for movies,
yes,
for media,
right?
We call it media composer now. It used to be called film or TV composer. Now it's kind of all those lines have blurred.
Yeah.
You have to decide. You have a clear vision of what you want to do. And you got to be honest with yourself.
Right.
Now, I know composers that are massively financially successful that you probably never heard of them.
Right.
And they have houses in, they have a studio in L.A. They have an apartment in a facility that they work out of in London. They have a place in Switzerland, and they do commercials.
Right.
Commercials for big name brands and for big ad agencies. And they work with the best musicians in the world. The same musicians that play for a Marvel movie will play in these commercials.
Right.
But they're kind of behind the scenes. They're not like... the commercials don't say music by so-and-so.
Yes.
So they're very happy, and that's an entirely different business. The way that's set up, I could do a whole... the way that's set up, you have to have an incredible sales team, account representatives that keep everything, because you're working with like an advertising agency that their client is Netflix, or their client might be Microsoft, big companies, and they just have protocols and certain ways of doing everything. So all that has to be filtered in such a way where you can be creative and do your thing, and then allocate. I worked for a company like that, for a music production company like that, and I would get calls in the middle of the night. It says, "You got to start working on this. We're doing a Pontiac commercial, and we have to have it done by tomorrow at 5. And they're calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And I go, okay, send me the video.
Yeah.
And so I'd work on it, and I would have to have it done by 5. But I wasn't the only one. There was like 5 other people from this company that were doing something because they wanted the account.
Right.
So sometimes you got paid no matter what. And so it's a totally different business. It's literally a business. I mean, that's one way you could do it. But you have to learn what the machinations, what are the steps, what's the structure. It's not just a magical thing that you when you see behind the scenes and you see a director talking to a composer. That's like the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
There's all the other structure that goes into it. So I would have to say, whatever you choose to get into, you have to have a purpose, why are you doing it? Is you doing it just to make money? Sure, you could do that. You could do that. Do you want to express yourself? Do you want to distinguish yourself as a person who creates this music, or do you want to create music independent of films? Here's a great model. When David Fincher, who directed the Social Network, right? When he approached Trent Reznor,
right,
to do that score, he didn't tell Trent Reznor, Trent, I really love the score to Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
I love that score. Can you do something like that? No. He has recognized that Trent Reznor has a certain voice, a certain vocabulary, and a certain sound. Can you express yourself for my movie? You can get into that. I think if you feel that you're more of an artist, you can just make your own sound and distinguish your own sound. And there's so many venues to exhibit your music.
Right.
Now, they were unheard of in my time. I used to have to make a demo tape and send it out to people, and 90% of them would come back to me unopened, or you'd have to call on the phone. Hi, I'd like to audition for your movie. Well, who are you? My name is so and so, and I have this music, and I'd be willing to do it. And it's like 100 guys calling.
Right.
And so, and then it's like the matter of one of my mentors was a composer named Bill Conti. He did the music score to Rocky.
Okay.
So he lived basically within walking distance of me in a part of just south of Hollywood. I mean, still all part of LA. It was called, it's not Highland Park. What's it? Hancock Park. Where, the houses are like, there's an acre on each. It's basically where the mayor's mansion is.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he lives in that neighborhood. He had already was successful with Rocky. He got the Academy Award for The Right Stuff. He was working on a James Bond movie at the time. Anyways, so he schooled me in because he had come from nothing.
Right.
To working big time. So he kind of schooled me in, but it's a model that mostly works in that era from like the 60s, 70s going into the 80s.
So it's a little outdated.
Well, it's
time has changed.
Some of it is outdated. But the one thing that is not outdated is that you have to get to know other creative people. You have to, in other words, it's good to know other musicians and other.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
It's really important to know other filmmakers.
Right.
Which means you go to all the film festivals. You go to all the screenings as much as you can. You get seen around, and then someone may make a film that has an okay score, and you like the film, and then you see if you talk with the director, you introduce yourself, see if you get along with them.
Yeah.
Just
all networking.
Yeah, you have to. There's a social aspect to it, and some people that's really tough for them to cross that boundary.
Right.
Because sometimes artists are introverts. I have my periods where I'm introverted, and there's some people. Sometimes I don't. I go right up and talk to someone. And then I'll surprise myself. There was someone I know that there's a company that I worked for. Excuse me. There's a company that had administered a lot of my music. And it seemed like I wasn't getting calls from them anymore, right? So, and there was a kind of a shift in personnel. The company's called, I'll tell you who it is. The company's called Extreme Music. It's Hans Zimmer's company. And so I submitted my music. I'm not going to go into that thing, but through a number of acquaintances, I was able to get my music to the right person. And they say, we love this. Can you get us like a whole bunch more? I need tons more of this stuff. And so I did. And that was maybe in the mid 2000s, like 2007, 2008. And then for years, I didn't hear from them, and I would submit stuff and nothing would happen. And they found out that the guy that he was one of the co-owners, one of the co-CEOs of the companies.
Wow.
Oh, he's one of the creative directors. He left the company. He wasn't there anymore.
Right.
So I was sending emails to something that was closed.
Yeah.
Oh, he left 2 years ago. And then I look at it and I go, it's in the trades that he retired. Oh. So his partner was still with the company. And so my goal was to get to him somehow. And you just can't send an email. I did send an email. I says, hey, your partner and I had all kinds of film. And then I would just it would get intercepted by someone who said, send it to the A&R person in London. I go, ugh. So there was a screening. It was for Prehistoric Planet or something. And he was going to be there. And I was there. With a friend of mine who had just an incredible guitar player, played on most of the tracks for the video game. His name is Jonathan Padilla. Incredible, innovative guitarist and composer. And I said, Johnny, you got to come with me. We're gonna let's meet up some people. He had just had a brain tumor. So this cat is living in East LA. He's Mexican, right? And he's tall, big dude, and he has long rock and roll hair, but half of it is bald.
Yeah.
With like a gnarly fucking thing on it. Don't wear your hat. You gotta show that off, man. That is bad fucking ass.
Yeah.
You say that and say, I play metal guitar and I compose music. People say, I believe you.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
that's a first impression right there.
Yeah. So, but it's sweetest kid, really, really bright, really smart. I mean, there are times where I'll say, John, can you do the sample brass parts for me on this one? I'll give you the basic notes, but you got to voice it out for me. You got to finish it, and he'll do it, and he'll be superb. You know.
Right.
So he went to this screening, and there was the CEO of the company, the guy whose emails were going to.
Yeah.
And I walked straight up to him, and he stopped talking to other people, and I go, his name is Russell Emanuel. I go, Russell, yeah. Yeah, John Massari. Yeah. Thank you for helping me put my kids through college. Because they administer music. Because you have music with them, it gets placed.
Right.
They'll use it in commercials, video games, movies, trailers, you name it, right? So I said, he goes, oh, how you? I'm doing fine. But you know what? I want to introduce you to a friend of mine I'm working with. See that big, tall dude with looked like a horse with a horseshoe, like a horse kicked him in the head. He's an incredible. You got to meet him. He lives in East LA. Incredible musician. We went over there. We talked. The next week, we were in his office having a meeting.
Yeah.
So we're developing something. See, but I had to get out.
Yeah.
You know,
You have to be there. You have to rub the elbows
You
and
have
shake
to
the hands.
go there, but you have to do it in such a way that's genuine.
Right.
See, if I was sitting there going to sell myself like a used car salesman, it's one thing. But I says, no, I work with someone that's really incredible. And I'm so happy. I want to share that with you. And it's like, okay, I want to meet this guy. There's a guy that looked like a horse just stepped on his head, and he survived. I got to meet that guy. So, anyways, Johnny, I hope you don't mind me telling that story, but it's really inspiring. Anyways, he's
well, no, that was a big endorsement for him.
Yeah, it was a big endorsement for him, and it was a great screening. And so that's what I'm saying. So that's what Bill Conti. I'm going back to that story. You're telling me, like, you just got to find someone that you can connect with some way on a personal level. And then you can go that next level where you'll elicit trust, where they'll work with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that's one of the aspects. How do people get started? I wish I could just say, the trap I fell into is that I was trying to make everyone happy when I first started out in the business.
Right.
Because I think my family thought, well, when you graduate UCLA, you'll just go to Universal Studios and then Paramount Studios and MGM Studios and fill out an application, and then you'll get like an apprentice job and stuff like that. And I did get apprentice jobs, but not at the studios. I mean, my first apprentice job was with a composer named Jerry Fielding, who did a lot of Clint Eastwood movies. He did a lot of television. He did some Star Trek episodes as well. And the very famous one, The Trouble with Tribbles. The composer that did that, was his he was my mentor. Yeah. And I would do little orchestrations for him and things like that. And then after that, I worked with David Rose that did Little House on the Prairie. Okay. A series that I would have no interest in working on. If someone gave it to me, I would go,
this ain't me.
I don't want to do that. I can't
add sense to this.
Can I do distorted guitars then? No, it doesn't work. So, but I learned how to do that kind of music.
Okay.
He was 80 years old, and I was like 25 or 26.
Yeah.
So he was basically my great grandfather kind of thing. So he just said, here's some themes. He wrote them out.
Yeah.
Go into my other room with a piano. Don't come out until you have some variations and some, like, you do some harmonies behind it. They're different than what I gave you.
Right.
And so I went there and tinkered around, and I brought it back. He goes, okay. He literally looked at it and said, okay, we can work together. Why don't you come next week? What do you need? And at the time, I said, well, $250 would be good. In my head, I didn't say a month, because my rent was at the time was like not even $85, right? Because rent, during that time, the ratio of what you made to the expenses was comfortable. Okay. Like your rent was basically 20% of what you earned. Not 90%.
Yeah, not like now.
Not now where you have to get 5 people to. Anyways, so he goes, okay, $250 a week. I'll give it to you. I'm going, oh, that's $1,000 a month. Wow, that's fantastic. That was like $400 more a month working at a warehouse that I was working at.
Right.
Which was making $600 a month. But now I get to work on music.
Yeah.
So it was really magical. So I learned a lot doing that, and but what you really break out, and I didn't, I never thought that like, oh, at some point I'm going to do his job. I never thought that way.
Yeah.
It's like a learning experience. As a matter of fact, he had a hobby of fixing miniature steam engine trains. So I would be also helping him take apart engine components to a miniature steam engine that he would have a mechanic come over to like remachine parts, and he would just go around his house. He had this big property in Encino that this train would go in his front yard and backyard, and that was his thing. That was his joy, that was his big hobby.
Plot twist, we're sitting with the composer for the commercial of the Lionel Coin Bank right here.
Dude, I'm learning
the
that.
What? The what?
Lionel Coin Bank or whatever.
Oh,
no.
I mean,
So I'm trying to like give some insight to that experience.
Yeah.
You just got to the three P's: persistence, and persistence, without pissing people off.
Right.
That's 4 P's.
Get the 4 P's in.
Yeah. You have to.
I can only get 1 in.
1 P.
You have to find your value.
Right.
And you have to be invaluable so that people will say, it's going to be hard to replace John.
Yeah.
We can't let him go. This is, because he's very unique. What he always delivers for us what we want and then some, and that would go for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, you could know your DAW, your digital audio workstation, backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
You could be DAWs. If you don't communicate with people that create stuff, it's going to be more difficult.
Yeah.
Dead end.
But I would encourage people to be their own artist first.
Right.
I'm not saying that would work, but it might be more satisfying.
Right.
You with all
actually
that's,
enjoy what you're doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
with all that's available, you can earn an audience and grow that audience.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing. Having you on one episode is just not enough. I feel like we barely even begun to scratch.
He wants to kick me off the show.
No, I need you to come back so we can talk some more because, there's a plethora of things that, holy shit, your life and the things you have done, the people you have walked with, talked with, have, shared bread with, the different, elements of movies and TV and commercial. Fuck, man, you live an awesome, interesting life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
And people should only want to be able to do the kind of things that make them want to get up in the morning to go do something fun and hopefully make some money.
And that's the important thing, is waking up in the morning, not staying in bed, and doing something.
Yeah. Being productive.
Yeah.
But then 4 PPs.
Persistence, and don't piss people off.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Don't piss anyone off. John, where can we follow you on the social media so that we can keep up to date with all the things that you are going to, all the different cons that you're going to be doing and all that good stuff? Where should we follow you, and where can we go find tickets?
Okay.
Oh.
That's my mom. That's my aunt. Who's calling me?
Let's see right now.
You gotta press the button.
And I'm trying to get to it.
Probably Amy asking me when I'm coming home.
She's getting mad because you call her voluptuous. Caller, you're on Pigs.
East Coast, take it over, Pigs Radio, son. Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn in the house. This is D Rotten all the way from D's Coast. What's up, D?
Hang up.
Taylor told you I had to call him, bro. He's from the East Coast, man. We taking over fucking Compton. Y'all motherfuckers are sleeping, bro. We running the show over there. I just want to ask my man John one question.
Go ahead. Go for it.
John, what the fuck is your favorite movie of all time? Your favorite movie?
Oh man, I don't have one favorite movie. I honestly don't. I mean, is there a movie?
Top two.
Well, okay. So you're saying a movie that, like, when it's on, I'll kind of stop and watch it.
Definitely.
Okay. okay, I can't say it's my favorite movie, but there are certain movies that when they present themselves, I go, I just got to watch this. I know it's, and it's not for all the reasons you may think. It's Rambo.
Rambo. Okay.
Great.
Oh man, don't play
Classic.
that. Don't play that last scene.
Oh, so good.
Oh, right now I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
You know when his commander calls him, and he says all the stuff that happened with his friends and stuff like that. Oh, I saw it in the movie theater. I lost it completely. I completely broke down, and I will let myself, not with people around, watch it, and I will shed tears. I will shed
Don't fuck with John Rambo,
tears.
bro.
Oh yeah, I will shed tears because that rage was justified. You know, and recently just buried my father-in-law, and I had this wonderful speech prepared, you know, with quotes from Mark Twain and everything. And then I looked around. We were in this like gazebo, and you know, amongst, this is in San Diego. It was in the cemetery with an ocean of resting souls. Some of these could be boys that were 18 years old when they died. And then some people could have died in natural causes. Most of them probably died in service. And I couldn't speak. So it's like it was the same experience as that Rambo. So does that answer your question? So
Rambo.
You had
East Coast represent.
There
John,
you go.
You the man from Brooklyn. There we go.
There you go.
Out.
There you go. I'm going to be in Philly. I'm going to be... He hung up on me.
Yeah.
Dude, that's East Coast representing right there. The only way they know how.
Yeah.
Block them.
Block them. So once again, John's going to be invading the East Coast out in Philadelphia. Go get your tickets. Once again, where do we follow you?
Well, it's not in Philadelphia. It's going to be in the Poconos.
Oh, the Poconos.
At a big drive-in theater called the Mahoning Drive-In Theater.
Mahoning.
That's next week.
Okay.
You know, for all you people on the East Coast. Come out and see me and the Kyoto Brothers. We're supposed to be, they're playing Killer Klowns both nights.
Nice.
Friday night and Saturday night. And then of course, there's HorrorCon LA. That's September 30th and October 1st at the LA Convention Center. It's like, you know, it's like if Prada or think of a high-end clothing, Gucci decided they were going to have a horror convention. It would be HorrorCon LA.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Horror with style.
Get your spooky underwear over
Absolutely.
Some thangas on right now. John, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank
We're going to
you,
get you over to the synthesizers.
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
That's going to happen right now. We're going to
Okay.
take a quick little break. You guys can check out this track by Calaverex coming all the way from Mexico City for Goth-O-Ween. It's right in time for all the spooky stuff. So
Discount code Rabbit.
there is no Q card code called Rabbit.
Third floor.
There's no third floor. We're going to be right back. We're going to get John over to the pig stage. We'll be right back, guys.
You have 4 minutes.
Keep it locked here.
Mientras que todo sigue igual, caminan juntos al altar. Sus pasos llevan a un ritual, el que los une al más allá. Magia negra es lo que quieren percibir. Magia negra, sus cuerpos unen al ritmo. Magia negra es lo que
Welcome to PigzRadio.com. We got a lot in store for you, so strap on and bend over. Pigs Radio! Once you come, you won't let go. Pigs Radio! Sit right down and enjoy the show.
Pigs Radio, episode 492. We're getting things up. Oh, wait. Is there a black screen right there? There we go. Once again, this is a special treat for us. We weren't really planning for this. John brought his synthesizers, and we don't even know what is going to, like, really go down because this is all there. What happened, Zack? What? No, wait, not yet. I still got on that. I'll let you know right now. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I just work here.
Yeah, barely.
Okay, and then I'll cue you for the track that I made.
Yes.
So, here we are. Okay, so I got this beautiful little microKORG on reverb.com not too long ago. And what I love about this, most artists I know that like buy a new piece of gear, they don't want to know how it works. They just want to turn it on and see what kind of great sounds they can get out of it. And so that's what we're doing tonight. I'm going to go through this basically for the first time and just jam around like I would and let the sounds dictate what I play, or what I play dictate the sound.
It's going to be great, dude.
I have to take a snort of Coke. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to this. I think we can get that track going. Let's see, is it A? It's on A. Okay, I have to turn it off and turn it on.
Sure.
Because it's mad at me now. Ready? It's gonna turn it off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, one, two, three. Now put it back on.
Gotta say a spell for it.
Okay. Okay, we'll use that to play with that track.
Sure. All right.
Okay, very serious now. You can play the track now. And
it's going. There we go, hanging out with John Massari, obviously the world famous composer. We want to thank you for hanging out here at Pigs Studios, Pigs Radio. Live on stage. Get the mic.
Sometimes when they're on for too long and they heat up, they go out of tune.
It happens. It happens. Once again, just to jam out, I mean, on a Sunday night and have some crackers and tacos and just hang out and talk and share some tracks and see you play with your toys. It's a good time, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you for the tacos.
Yeah, absolutely. 35
Cheers.
fucking years. And we're going to keep going and keep rolling with just even more. I mean, you might not think it, but we're going to go for another 35 on this Killer Klowns stuff. So let's just go.
You got it, guys. And the video game. And don't forget, we've got September 30th and October 1st at HorrorCon LA. Best place to be.
Get your tickets. Don't forget, right after that, on the 30th, live performance. You're producing the whole entire show. The Dickies will be there.
Yes, the 35th annual celebration, music celebration of Killer Klowns from Outer Space. And we've called the show The Darkest Carnival.
The Darkest Carnival.
So come out and see it.
There we go, guys. Once again, thank you guys for hanging out here on Pigs. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your mom about us, because your girl already knows. On that note, Zack, you're a bitch, and Pigs out.
Take care, everybody.
And now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, yo, DJ, stop the music! Countdown! 5, 4, 3, 2.
Initiating shutdown sequence. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out.
This show may cause birth defects and/or cancer. Void where prohibited in the Southern Red States. Official sponsor of the Special Olympics. Not really. 2% financing available for nothing. See your official Toyota dealer for recall as penalty for not buying American. This show may cause massive amounts of marijuana consumption. This show has been a joint venture of cockballs and ass. Free salad tossing available upon request. Visit robertreese.com. Sexual relations among cousins is not incest.
Thank you.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.